I canceled the streaming plan, the cloud storage, and the Costco card I'd quietly covered since 2021, the day my sister told her coworkers she's never taken a dime from anyone. My sister Becca works in HR and apparently does these little lunch and learn things with her team. I only know because her coworker Priya follows me on Instagram and DM'd me this past Thursday. She said she thought I should know what was said, and then she sent me a screenshot of a Slack message Becca had sent to their whole department. It was one of those fun fact about yourself things, you know, icebreaker stuff, and Becca had written, and I'm going to be accurate here, I grew up really poor, but I've always been fiercely independent. Never taken a dime from anyone and never will. I read it 3 times. Then I put my phone down. Then I picked it back up and read it again. So let me explain what the last 4 years actually looked like. In 2021, Becca got laid off and moved into a smaller apartment across town. She was stressed. I had a little extra at the time, so I added her to my Netflix. I was already paying for it. It cost me nothing extra. I figured she'd either get back on her feet and offer to split it, or she'd mention it at some point or something. She never did. Then 6 months later, she started complaining about her iCloud storage being full and losing photos. I had the 2 TB family plan and was only using maybe a third of it. I said she could share mine. She said, "Are you sure?" I said yes. She said, "You're the best." That was the end of the conversation. The Costco card I actually thought about more. I have the executive membership and I drive right past the one near her place on my way home from work every other Friday. We started doing grocery runs together. It made sense. She'd throw me $20 or $30 sometimes for gas, and honestly, I thought that was her way of sort of acknowledging that I was covering the card fee. But I'm not sure she ever fully connected those dots. Here's the thing. I'm not actually mad about the money. The membership is like $130 a year. The streaming plan, whatever. The cloud storage is nothing. I called her Friday night. I kept it pretty calm, I think. I said, "Hey, so your coworker Priya reached out to me. She sent me your icebreaker Slack message." And Becca went quiet and then said, "Okay." I said, "You wrote that you've never taken a dime from anyone." She said, "That's a casual thing people say. It just means I don't go around asking for handouts." I said, "You've been on my Netflix since November 2021. My iCloud. I've been bringing you into Costco for years." She said, "I didn't ask for any of that. You offered." I said, "So it doesn't count because you didn't ask?" She said, "I just mean I've never been the type to rely on other people." And I thought, okay, that's the version of yourself you've decided to have. I didn't say anything else. I got off the phone and opened up my subscriptions, removed her from the iCloud family plan, logged into the Costco account and removed the household card attached to her name. The whole thing took maybe 8 minutes. She texted me Saturday morning. "Did something happen with your Netflix? I'm getting an error." I didn't answer. She texted again that afternoon. "Also, the Costco app is saying my card is inactive." Still didn't answer. Sunday night she called. I let it go to voicemail. She said she was just checking if there was some kind of technical issue and to let her know. I haven't called back. My mom called me yesterday and said Becca mentioned there might be some mix-up with some shared accounts and did I know anything about it. I said I'd cleaned up my subscriptions. Yeah. My mom said, "Is everything okay with you two?" I said, "You'd have to ask Becca. She hasn't told our mom what the actual conversation was about," which I think says everything.